Today, we're going to be answering the questions that you sent in. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to the PokeBros. My name's Tim.
My name's John.
And together, we are the PokeBros. And in a minute, we're going to jump straight into these most frequently asked questions and our Q&As from our TikTok. But before we get there, please don't forget we have our next live stream this Saturday, opening up 70 packs, well, more than 70 because of our members as well, because members get a free pack. Over 70 packs of Shining Fates this Saturday in our live box break. So you're going to want to be there. It's 8 o'clock live on our YouTube channel, and it is going to be big. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. But John, we're going to jump straight into these Q&As. Yeah. So these are Q&A questions that we've had asked on our TikTok. Really good questions that we actually think that probably a lot of people want to know the answers to these. We're not saying that we're the wealth of all knowledge on this, but we can give our input anyway. And John, so we've got 5 questions here that we'll kick off. We'll do this video today, 5 questions. And let's start with this first one. Which is a big one, probably mostly for our UK viewers. So sorry, American viewers, but there is lots for you later in the video as well. What is a good place to buy Pokemon cards in England?
Okay,
John, any thoughts on that?
So at the moment, we're in a big Pokemon drought where Pokemon cards are so hard to find. I think a lot of this is to do with lockdown. So hopefully, once lockdown restrictions end, it'll be a lot easier to get cards at decent prices, because shops like Smith's and I'm trying to think of other ones like Game and stuff will all open up again, which always sell Pokemon at the retail price, which is brilliant. There's some really cool online stores which I recommend. Tim, you can add on at the end of this as well.
Yeah.
But we've got a store which we use. Obviously, we'll recommend this. We always try to do retail for all our products. So if you don't know what, it's thenerdkings.com. You can go get Pokemon stuff there. But another good site, which we use and a lot of our friends use, is Cosmic Collectibles, isn't it, Tim? They're really good. They're really good prices on all their stuff, and also it's a small family-run business. It's really nice to support people like that. Apart from that, I think my advice is stores when they're open. I like to check supermarkets out because they always, I say always, usually have Pokemon stuff out, and sometimes they put stock out which they've just had in the back for a while. Like a few weeks ago, I went into my local supermarket and they had XY, I can't remember which XY pack it was, but it was a 3-pack blister of XY, rare XY pack. And they just had it for a retail price at like £14 or something like that. So I got a retail pack of 3 XY packs for £14, and really it should have been about £40 or £50. So I found that pretty cool. Also, yeah, so in shops where they have to sell at retail. And local game stores usually pretty good, aren't they, Tim, as well?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a local game store close to you, I mean, I've even looked up travelling to local game stores where I live that are like 30, 40, 50 miles away, just because I love that sort of thing. But supermarket's a great shout, John. And I was just actually thinking, as you tell that story, about us buying all of those Cosmic Eclipse blisters for £10 each for 3 packs. Imagine that now. They're selling for like 30 quid for those 3-pack blisters. But anyway, Cosmic Eclipse, let's just shed a tear. F's in the chat for Cosmic Eclipse. But that's a great one. Obviously, there are some big retailers, and we're not going to name any names, that you can buy from online as well. But just watch out for the prices, just to make sure that you are actually paying recommended retail at least. But you can find those online as well. And if you just type in Pokemon cards on Google, we don't want to necessarily promote any of those big places. So if you just type in Pokemon cards on Google, they will come up. But just watch the prices, because we want you to be buying these cards for retail price. So Nerd Kings, Cosmic Collectibles, these are some great sites that sell at really good prices. So worth checking those out.
Also want to throw there as well, PokeRand as well, who if you know Randolph Pokemon, he's you probably know him. He's a much bigger YouTuber than us, but he did a video recently about stuff like this, and he's got a promise at the moment to do stuff always at retail. He was talking about in the past he's put stuff higher than retail, and now he feels bad about it, and he's like, no, I want to change that, so all his stuff is always going to be at retail. So another one, PokeRand as well.
And he's actually got, if you are wanting to buy Pokemon cards for children as well, he has got that PokeRand promise, which is a proven list that you can get on if you're a parent buying for children, where you can get dedicated stock just for you, which is a great thing. So shout out to PokeRand on that. Really, really cool. that he's doing that. Perfect. That's question number 1. We're going to keep moving through these quick so this isn't an hour-long video. As much as we'd love that, I'm not sure that all of you would. Next question, John. What do you do with your bulk? This is possibly, not just on TikTok, one of our biggest asked questions across the channel is what do I do with the stacks of Pokemon cards that I've got building up around my room that I can't sell, I can't trade, not many people want the commons. What do I do with them? Because I feel bad just chucking them in the bin.
Yeah, so for us, bulk can be, I mean for us especially, Tim, we open so many packs of Pokemon cards, we have so much bulk.
We have a lot of bulk.
Sometimes it's cool when you've got some of these common cards, like the cool artwork, cards you collect just to keep them and collect them. But a lot of the time you can end up having a lot of cards, duplicate. I know I've probably got hundreds of the same card. And Tim's probably better at this than me. He's done a lot of bulk deals in the past, but we'll go to that in a second. But my best advice, first, if you get bulk, store it well. Make sure you store it well, because bulk's only worth anything at all if it's in near mint or mint condition, really.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, I'll pass over to you for this, Tim, because you've got a big experience on this, don't you? So
yeah, I didn't realise how worth it was keeping your bulk and keeping it well. And probably the first thing to say on this is keep it in good condition, because bulk traders will not trade you anything if you've got whitening on your bulk and things like that. It has to be pack fresh condition. So we are going to come on to condition question a little bit later, but keeping your bulk in really good condition, so making sure that, I'm not saying you've got to penny sleeve up every card in your bulk,
no,
but just making sure that you're not chucking it about the place, maybe keeping it safely in tins and stuff like that is fine. You can get these, the ETB boxes are great, and you can get some bigger sort of mass storage. I've got a box that stores 5,000 cards in rows, which is really cool as well, so keeping it in good condition. But I didn't realise how many people will trade things for bulk. Either they'll pay you cash for bulk, which is great, but actually I cared less about cash and more about products. I want to show you some of the things. This is just what I've traded for bulk in the last 2 months, so maybe 3 months. So not long at all. And we are talking thousands of cards here, so you do have to build up your bulk. And as a good standing point, if we give you sort of like a recommended retail price on bulk, you don't want to be going for less than 3 pence a card for your commons and uncommons. That's 3 pence is pretty much the standard. Some people pay a little bit more. You don't really want to be paying less than 8, 9 pence a card for Holo, but you could probably get 10 pence a card for Holo as well. So you are talking thousands of cards. But if I show you a couple of things that I have traded bulk for recently, and this was the first. This was the first thing that I traded bulk for. I don't have my card cam set up, so I have to show it here. I hope you can see it. And this is a Charizard EX Generations, so 20th anniversary box. So now, interestingly as well for UK viewers, this is the American box. So the UK boxes had a jumbo card in the back, UK boxes, whereas the American boxes had this cool statue here. And I was watching the video, and basically it was something to do with the UK standards of like plastic in Pokemon cards, not in Pokemon cards, plastic in toys, that this couldn't be sold in the UK, which was interesting. Little fact for you there, which is why we had the jumbo cards instead. But these statues are really cool. So these ones with the statues, not the jumbo cards, are selling for about £250 a box at the moment on eBay. The jumbo cards are slightly cheaper in the UK anyway, just because they're easier to get hold of in the UK. I managed to get this 100% with bulk. How awesome is that? Then I also traded for this PSA 10 Charizard and Braxton Japanese. You're not getting a great shot of that. Let me see if I can. There we go. This PSA 10 Charizard and Braxton Japanese PSA 10 for bulk Pokemon cards is what got me that. And then more recently, this Ditto band card from the Team Rocket Japanese
Ditto,
set.
is it Grimer?
Yeah, I keep on calling him Ditto. I don't know why I do that. Grimer. It could be a Ditto. Plot
Big
twist.
Purple blobs.
It could be a Ditto, mate. It's a plot twist. Anyway, Grimer coming out there. PSA 9 Japanese card. All for bulk. And that's just a few of the things. Also,
Tim, you got some Champions Path packs which you opened on the channel. And I think it was 30 something Champions Path packs.
33 Champions Path packs. So,
and we got some good pulls.
This is the thing. All sorts of things you can trade in bulk for. Sealed Pokemon products, slabs, boxes that, you see, I would never in a million years open this because the packs inside of it, in my opinion, for the cards that you can get are just not worth opening a £250 box for. So you can get for sealed stuff, but you can also, there's people who will trade you for sealed packs that you can open on your, just for fun with your family or anything like that. Well worth collecting your bulk and sending them in. And we will put in the descriptions of this video some good places where you can go and take your bulk to. Either there's some shops that you can do it with, but also we'll recommend some traders on Facebook. If you go onto Facebook on some of the groups, I'll put the names of some of the people that I've traded with in the past who are brilliant for this sort of stuff. And I know they'd welcome the extra business in that as well. So well worth doing.
Cool. Next question, Tim.
Yeah, that was the big question, but bulk is a big question, so well worth going ahead and doing some of those things. John, this one, I think you take this one, mate. What is the best way to store your cards? For example, sleeves, binders, top loaders. Is there any other way?
Okay, so I want to talk really about the cards which you want to keep. I suppose better, usually holos, half arts, full arts, and stuff like that. There's loads of different types of sleeves you can get. Let me give you some examples here. So this is a flesh and blood card. Actually, I just had it next to me, which I've got in something called. Oh, let's try and get it in focus. A penny sleeve, which is really good for storing cards. Maybe not the most expensive cards you want, but they're really good for storing cards. And I use these and put them in one of these ETB things here. So this is a penny sleeve, good for storing, good for keeping the condition. But then there's also cards which are like your prize cards which you want to keep, which this is my recommendation now. Oh, I'm still a bit fuzzy there. There we go. Are sleeves like this. So these sleeves are sleeves which you'll get in ETBs. You can buy them from different stores, and they are stronger than penny sleeves. So if I get a good card, which I'm not sending off to grading, I would use one of these sleeves for it. So if I ever get like a shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates or from Shining Fates, which I want to keep in really good condition, I would use one of these for it because they're stronger. And then also, once I've got it in one of these, I'll put it in one of my binders. Binders are a great place to store cards to show people, but also if they're in one of these, it's very hard for them to get damaged. If you're putting it in a binder, I'd recommend using this over a penny sleeve, but I'd recommend using a penny sleeve over nothing, if that makes sense, Tim.
Yeah, it makes total sense, mate. And I suppose one of the other questions people might ask is, how do I sort my binders when there are now, you know, 10s, 20s, hundreds of different sets and series of Pokemon cards? So many different versions of every Pokemon. How do I sort my binders? How do I store them? And I suppose our answer will be that's totally down to your personal preference. Yeah. I know some people who have a binder for every set, or for every set that they're collecting, and they collect master sets of those sets. I know some people who collect specifics of Pokemon. So, for example, I have a Pikachu binder with where I keep all the Pikachus in the right order. I've seen some people who have their binders according to Pokemon types. So electric binders, water binders, fire binders, favourite Pokemon binder. It's totally up to you. There is no correct way. We're not going to say this is the way that you have to store your Pokemon cards. At the end of the day, it's your hobby. It's your thing that you want to do. So however you want to store them, you go for that. Do you have any input on that, John?
Yeah, I think just to add on to that, if you are selling or trading Pokemon cards as well, make sure when you send them off, they're packed really well. Another thing you can do to store at home is use top loaders if you want to keep them really, really safe, or even stuff like grade fits like this. But if you're ever trading or selling Pokemon cards, make sure you protect them really well. Put top loaders, put cardboard either side, put bubble wrap, whatever. Just make sure you protect the cards because it will be going from one collector to another collector, and you want to make sure they're always good condition. But yeah, so sleeves, top loaders, binders. If it's a valuable card or a card that means a lot to you, never leave it unsleeved. Never leave it out of a binder or anything like that. You'd want to protect it. And also, one last thing on this, Tim. If there's a card you really like, I would get it graded. It keeps the condition really well, and it's really cool to have one of them slabs. That's just my personal preference. I like graded cards.
Yep. And on that note, we do provide a grading service for PSA and CGC. You can find the link to that in the description to this video. Right. John, question number 4, I think. It's question number 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And this is more of a personal question for us. So what gave you the idea to start making videos for YouTube? And were you collecting Pokemon cards as much before YouTube as you are now?
I think we've answered this on the channel before, haven't we, Tim? But we'll do that story in a minute. Collecting before we started YouTube, you didn't really, Tim. You started collecting it instantly wanting to make videos on, didn't you? Because you loved it so much. Whereas I was collecting beforehand. Not too long before, but maybe like half a year before I got back into Pokemon. I've always enjoyed the Pokemon games. I've had, I think, every single generation of game. But cards, not so much. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot when I was a teenager in professional tournaments, but it wasn't until just before lockdown into 2019 where I started collecting Pokemon cards again. But it's definitely increased since doing the channel. We've sort of dedicated a lot of our lives to Pokemon now, haven't we, Tim? So it was bound to increase. We watch Pokemon videos all the time. We open packs all the time, on camera and off camera. So you think we open a lot on camera. We also get quite a lot off camera as well, which we like to open. And we sort of have this running joke where Tim, well, used to anyway, used to have all the luck on camera, whereas I'll get good pulls but always be off camera. So yeah, so it's definitely increased since we started the channel. But yeah, Tim?
And the business has helped with that as well. The business has run alongside that. We run the nerdkings.com, or we help to run with directors at the nerdkings.com, and that has helped to amplify this a lot, just because we've been able to get a lot more involved with it, had a lot more access. So yeah, it is definitely part of the question. Has it increased since you've been making YouTube videos? Absolutely, especially for me. 100% increase from barely anything to loads. So yeah, and I can see it just keep on increasing and increasing even more. You know, we absolutely love this hobby. We love Pokemon, all forms of Pokemon. I've started rewatching the Pokemon anime right from the start. You know, it's just an amazing hobby. Brings back so many memories. So we love that. We really love it.
And the story about how it started, Tim.
The story of how the channel started. We'll do a really quick story. We've got a longer story on the channel, but basically, John was opening packs for a lot longer. We had packs with the business, and then I went to stay with John in Birmingham. And actually, maybe I can say this on the channel now. We actually are. Me and my family are moving to Birmingham, so very soon, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be in a lot more of these videos live together, which is very cool. Very exciting, and we're going to be living together for a while, John, so we're going to be able to actually do them without worrying about social distancing or anything like that, which is very exciting. But we were visiting Birmingham, and John was opening some packs, and I don't know if it was this time that you packed the shiny Charizard.
Yeah, it was. But it was. Yeah, it was when you were, because you were staying at a hotel when you came down, because it was sort of like, it was coronavirus season, but restrictions were really down. You were allowed to visit people at houses, family members. So, but I remember you were at your hotel, and I had a tin, Shining Fates, not Shining, Hidden Fates, same names now. And I was opening it with your son, who was actually staying at our house, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And we pulled it, and I called you straight away, and you didn't believe it. You were like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And that was me with the Hidden Fates Charizard, and you rushed to the house to see it. And
it was pretty crazy.
Pretty amazing.
And I think there was some of that elation and the joy that brought back so many memories. And a couple of weeks later, I was at home after I'd bought my first binder. I'd bought a few Hidden Fates tins, and I decided I was going to get the master set of Hidden Fates. Oh, imagine having the master set of Hidden Fates. And I started collecting, and I just thought to myself, I went out on a walk, and I was like, I want to listen to Pokemon podcasts. I couldn't find anything decent for Pokemon collecting. There was lots of Pokemon playing, but at that point I didn't know how to play the game. I actually love it now, but at that point I didn't know how. So I said to John, we should make a podcast about this. And that kind of started as a podcast, but turned into this YouTube channel. And the rest is history.
And you actually sent me the text, Tim. Where were you when you sent me the text about the channel?
I was on the toilet. I have all my best ideas when I'm on the toilet. That is,
and I'm pretty sure as well, as soon as I'd received the text, I went onto Twitter. We already had a Twitter set up, an Instagram set up. Tim was keen to get going.
We were straight in there. So if you get all your best thoughts on the toilet, this will tell us who's watched the video to this point. In the comments, hashtag toilet thoughts on your comment, and it'll be helpful to know if you've watched this far as well. But anyway, that was good. One last question, John, because this is already a 20-minute video.
Yes, let's close it.
This is a question. What are your collecting and Pokemon goals for 2021?
Should we go quick, a goal each, and Pokemon goals. So for me, my Pokemon goal is to continue my Raichu collection. So if you don't know, I've started a Raichu collection. So to continue that, getting every single Raichu card. I want to get them all graded. That's just me. I'd like PSA 10 in every single one. But obviously that'd be really hard, especially like the Shining Raichu and the Raichu from base set.
I could get you a PSA 6 in every single one, if that would be helpful.
That'd be really helpful. I'll send it through you. No. So continue my Raichu collection, and then also Pokemon goal. think just to increase my collection more and more. I know that's a pretty dry answer, but yeah, increase my collection.
That's good.
What about you, Tim?
That's good. For me, I would like to, similar to John, carry on with that Pikachu collection. There are so many cards to collect. We are about, I think, 20% of the way through the English Pikachu cards with 80% to go or something like that. So many to get, but would be really interested to fill out that binder a little bit more. I'd also like to increase my PSA slabs collection. So I don't have many at the moment. I have 3 PSA slabs. I would like to have a lot more than that. I suppose one of my collecting dreams will be that PSA actually send me back some of the cards that I've sent off to them this year. That would be nice. Between me and John, we literally have hundreds of cards at PSA, so we are hoping they come back nice and quickly. But yeah, and I think, if I'm honest, one of my collecting goals is probably to kind of see that grow even more in my family as well. So for Harvey, my son, and Lexi, my daughter, they're loving getting into Pokemon more and more. I'd love to see them start to, increase that love as well, because I think I love the family element of Pokemon. It's one of the biggest things.
That was a better answer than me. I want to change my question. I want to get. I'm joking. No, Tim, that was an unselfish answer. That was Tim. I was like me. And Tim was like, my family. I want my family to get cards.
That is our answers to those 5 frequently asked questions. If you do have any more questions for us, we'll do some more of these videos. If you get more questions come up, you can head over to our Q&A button on our TikTok, or you can just drop some of those questions in the comments, and we'll try. We can't guarantee to answer every question, but we'll try and answer more of these as time goes on. John, Saturday live stream.
Box
place
break.
to be, right?
Oh, we're gonna get Charizards.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
We're so pumped for that. So please do come along. 8 PM on the channel. We don't have any packs left for the box break, but if channel members do get an extra pack or a free pack, so become a channel member if you want to get involved. But not any channel member, Charmeleon or above channel member. Yeah. But until the next time, my name's Tim.
My name's John.
And together we are the PokeBros. See you next time.